And the investigation into why and how the crew got off the ferry while more than hundreds of passengers were still inside continues. And for details, we now go to our Laah Hyun-kyung standing by at the news center. Hyun-kyung?
Well, Yusun, the Gwangju District Court has just issued detention warrants for the 4 additional crew members that were arrested earlier in the day. They are not the 3, including the captain, that were already detained or taken into custody over the weekend. So 7 of the ferry's crew members are now detained. The 4 crew members claim they tried to correct the ferry when it started to list but failed because there was something wrong with the navigation equipment. They also claim that the captain did issue an evacuation order. As for the Korea Coast Guard pointing out the crew's failure to release 14 life floats which they passed on their way to the rescue boats, they said they did try to release the floats but failed because they were out of reach. Each of those life floats could have carried up to 25 people. Earlier in the day, the Coast Guard said it was about 9:30 a.m. Wednesday when the regional rescue team arrived at the accident site. It took the team about 30 minutes to get there, which means Coast Guard officials were aware of the situation at 9 a.m. And when the rescue team arrived, the ferry was already listing 50 to 60 degrees. A prior initial investigation revealed that the crew members started to escape the sinking ship at around 9:37 a.m., which was only about 10 minutes after the passengers were last told to stay put with their life vests on by the crew. As a result, most of the crew members were able to get onto the rescue boats and escape the ferry while hundreds of passengers were going down with the ship. And investigators are also considering charging some of the crew with homicide.
Hyun-kyung, multiple factors have caused this tragic accident to happen. One of them, it looks like, could be the ferry's operator.
That's right. The National Tax Service has launched a special probe into reportedly four firms that are closely related to the ferry's operator, Chung Hae-jin Marine Company. The special investigation team earlier in the day also imposed travel bans on 30 additional personnel related to the firm. Now, the prosecution is also looking into whether the operator's management and the family which owns the company have evaded taxes or embezzled funds by making illegal overseas transactions. And the latest travel bans come after the president of the company, Kim Han-sik, and Yoo Byung-eun, former chairman of the company's parent firm, as well as his 2 sons, were banned from traveling this past Sunday. Now, the 2 sons are the biggest shareholders of the operator's holding company, with former chairman Yoo said to be the practical owner of the company. The Yoo family reportedly has more than $230 million worth of assets. That's excluding debt and assets kept outside of Korea. And reports say former chairman Yoo established 13 overseas corporate branches and used them to snowball the family's assets. And news on earlier in the day, Korea's Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, they looked into revoking the ferry operator's business license, as the company's been under investigators' sights ever since the accident happened last Wednesday. And a ministry official says although the capsized ship needs to be salvaged before any conclusion is made on whether the operator indeed contributed to the ferry sinking, the crew's failure to evacuate the passengers is enough to revoke its license. Yusan.